Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics as Non-Classic. This is episode number 951. Yeah, I corrected it last week. Basically, yesterday's episode, which was the 950 episode, this is 951. And this is also Doubeshot number 845. I got two Marvel trades. First up, it is Doctor Strange, Volume 2, The Last Days of Magic. Collecting Doctor Strange, Volume 4, Issues 6 through 10, and The Last Days of Magic one-shot. Everything in here is written by Jason Aaron. Chris Bachalo does the Doctor Strange issues. The Last Age of Magic is actually done by a different artist. Yes, it's done by a different artist. Yeah, that's actually done by Leonardo. Well, basically there are three stories in this book. The one featuring Doctor Strange is done by Jason Aaron. You have Leonardo Romero, who does the artwork for the Zelma Assassin story. Dr. Voodoo is written by Gary Duggan. Artwork by Daniela Barath. The Woo is done by James Robinson, which makes sense because, after all, James Robinson did create this woman, when she appeared in Page of Scarlet Witch, so why not? And of course, Mike Perkins does the artwork for it. Yep. Day Without Magic. Done by this particular story, it has at least 4 different artists on it. We have Mike Deodato Jr., Jorge Fervernos, Kev Walker, and Kev Newland. Chris Bachalo, Tim Townsend does the cover. Yep. Bachalo, of course, for the main story, he does the penciling, and he's also the colorist of these issues, which is quite interesting. Tim Townsend is basically the inker of all these issues. Yep. The whole thing with this one is that we have these people from another dimension who want to limit all magic, and of course, Doctor Strange uses magic against them. Some of them sense like to the cellar door, which has a creature which kills one of them. And he basically, there's also guest appearances in here by the character Magic, who's Doctor Strange's apprentice, one of several apprentices he's had. We also see Scarlet Witch, Doctor Voodoo, the Shaman. Let's see, we see Mordo, not the guy who's Doctor Strange's villain. It's an old man. Yeah, but. And of course, we see Wong make appearance, which that was nice. And yeah, apparently these people succeed in pretty much destroying Doctor Strange's entire library, except for one book. Yeah, as for why they're destroying all magic, no idea. It's particularly very bizarre. Also, people were using magic. You see, the story of Day Without Magic thing is that you have this little girl who basically has these creatures, and the magic is gone and turns back to stuffed animals. So yeah, these people are not very nice people, basically ruins kids' imagination as well. But yeah, the ending of this sets up the next story, which deals with the consequences of what happens in here. Yeah, he says, okay, even though we defeated these people, why does it feel like we killed magic? Yeah, that's basically the ending of that. But yeah, this of course is really good. I give this book roughly a 9.5. I can't wait to get my hands on the rest of this particular run. There's only 2 trades left. Overall, I think there's about, well, this is of course prior to recently. I'd say since the series was brought back a few years ago, I think I have roughly 2, 4, I think it's about 10 more trades. I think so, yes, but I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. Next up is a book that, well, did receive a delay with the final issue when it came out. It was actually just this year that this book was released. It's a 5-issue miniseries. The Return of Wolverine. Yeah, no, kind of reviewing this after. I should have reviewed the Hunt for Wolverine first, but yeah, the thing with it is that the Hunt for Wolverine trade, the paperback version is $50. I'm not paying that much for a trade. No, sirree, I'm not paying $50 for it. Yeah, of course, this one was only $17.99. Yep. Written by Charles Shaw, artwork by Steve McNiven, though Steve McNiven does the open issue and the last one. The in-between issues are done by Deacon Salvi. Also, because of Wolverine being returned, he also gets a new power with his freaking claws. They glow stuff. Yep. And this comes right after the events of the Hunt for Wolverine storyline. Wolverine was resurrected. And this basically, of course, he is also from memory loss. And he briefly fights the X-Men in here for like 1 issue. And it's basically just a solo story for him. Though I didn't get a chance to ask Charles Shaw exactly why Because I mentioned also, I didn't exactly ask him. I didn't get a chance to ask him why the last issue was delayed. Yeah, I have no idea why the last issue of this miniseries was delayed. It had delayed by about the last issue came out 2 months after like the previous issue did. Yeah, they actually delayed it for a while. They came out. Yeah, and plus this book came out over the course of like a little over a month. Yep. Though I did speak to Shaw about Wolverine coming back. He was actually quite surprised at how long they kept him dead for basically almost 4 years. Which that's a pretty good period of time to keep a character dead. Not a year or two. Even he probably agrees though. That character gets killed off and then you bring it back a year or two later. Basically, it just ruins the mystique of their death. Thank God Marvel didn't go down that stupid route when it comes to Wolverine. We also have found some aliens in here. Yeah, mostly put, it just follows up what happens with Wolverine. Yeah, and though this is before the events of Matthew Rosenberg's run, because the book ends with him going back to the Xavier Institute. But then, of course, that's later changed because Gary Duggan takes over the next series, Wolverine Infinity Guard, in the Infinity Guard, which that's the next miniseries that comes right after this. Because initially, what I heard though was that the article I read was that there was going to be a new Wolverine ongoing series coming right after this miniseries concluded, and then we have Wolverine Infinity Guard. I don't know why, but that book is set before he shows up in Kenny X-Men, currently anyways. But this miniseries is just really good. Yep. And yes, in case you went with that costume, that's the John Cassidy costume. Yep. Also, when he comes back, he does wear that costume briefly, and he ditches that costume to put on this costume, and he wears this costume for pretty much the whole storyline. He also has a brief encounter with Daken and Sabretooth. Yeah, no joke, he has accounts with those two for like one issue. There's also something with all his memories involving various things from his past, like him being part of the Weapon X program, X-Force. Yeah. He does lock all of them at the end with the exception of the Savage one. Yeah, I believe the other one is... no, it's not Sabretooth. It's actually Omega Red. Yeah, so it's Sabretooth and Omega Red. I don't know if this is the clone of Omega Red or if this is the actual Omega Red. I'm not really sure. Yeah, but I do recommend this to people who are fans of Wolverine. But I do recommend also, like, here's the order I read for these. I would recommend reading Hunt for Wolverine first. I've read Hunt for Wolverine, but I should review it first, but I'm just waiting for a good price for it. Read that first because that leads into this. And after this, read Wolverine Infinity Guard. That comes next. And hopefully that will lead into a new Wolverine ongoing series. Yeah, this miniseries is really good. Shaw does a fantastic job doing this. And after all, he and Steve McNiven did do the miniseries that killed off Wolverine, so why not have these two do the actual miniseries that he deals with Return? Though Steve McNiven only does the first issue and the last one. I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Yeah. Plus, I love the tagline on the back. He's back! Of course he is. Got back with Hunt Wolverine. Yeah, Hunt Wolverine was just basically just a one to start off with, plus like four-ish miniseries. One of them Shaw did write. Yeah, Shaw wrote one of the miniseries. I believe another one was written by Tom Taylor. And I think the other two, one was written by Gary Duggan. And I don't remember who wrote the other one. And it wasn't Bendis. Bendis didn't write any of these miniseries. Though one of the miniseries did feature a small portion of his line from New Avengers. Yep. But yeah, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for My Hero Academia review, which that one is going to be next. Okay? But see you next review. Bye.